So welcome back to DC Silver Age Storytime, and today I'm going to talk about something a little bit different. And this is something that's been mentioned by at least one commenter quite a few times, which is that Superman had dailies for quite a few years. Golden Age, Silver Age, I'm not sure when they stopped doing them. But this book right here, this is from IDW, and it features the Silver Age dailies from 1959 to 1961. Um, and they are quite nice. They are surprisingly nice. I actually have 7 of these books. Uh, three from the Silver Age and 4 from the Golden Age. And let me see. I believe these are done as was mentioned. Okay, so we have Jerry Siegel, Kurt Swan, a bunch from Kurt Swan, and then we have some Wayne Boring. So a lot of these are written by Jerry Siegel. In fact, it looks like all of them. And then all the art is by Kurt Swan, and then it says Stan K and Wayne Boring. So if we go back here, the artwork is very nice. My assumption now, the quality of the image, not the greatest. So I'm not sure how they managed to. These were put in newspapers. I think they went from the newspapers, not the original artwork. So that's why the quality is not the greatest. That may have been the best they could do. But basically, every single one of these stories are from the comic books. So they're not original stories. And that may seem like a downside, but actually it's kind of cool because it's almost like you get a parallel universe interpretation of the story. And it might be, sometimes it's the exact same artist and writer. They're all black and white because they're from newspapers. Oops. And the thing is that newspapers, they give the artist more time to work because it's just 3 panels. If they do 3 panels, here's one with 4 panels per day. So they have a lot more time to devote to making it look nice. So here's a story that I actually have done already, which is where Superman is forced to help out a criminal. But the stories, the artwork is better, and the stories, I would say, are also better because the artists or the writers have more time to create their story. The stories go on a lot longer, and so I actually think if you can get past the fact that they're in black and white, which I think it's perfectly fine, I think these are superior versions to the comic books. And I don't know which ones came first. I don't know if it was the comics came first, and I don't mean chronologically in the way they were released. I think the comic books were released first. I used to know. I could sit there and go through. But which one was actually the concept was created first? I don't know. But I would say in comparing the dailies to the comic book version, I think that in just about every case the dailies are better. Again, they are a lot. Okay, so here's another story I already tackled, the one with the Black Knight. So someday maybe I will go through, and it would take some time, but do a comparison of the dailies to the comic book version. But I did not know what to expect when I purchased these, and my initial response when I saw that they were all stories that were redone from the comic books was a bit of disappointment. But I eventually grew to really like the idea that they were kind of, like I said, alternate universe versions of these stories, and they're very cool. So I recommend these. These books are quite cool. I don't know what what the cost is of them now. If it's still just the regular retail price, so it's $50 up there. I don't believe I ever paid that much for these. But this is really cool stuff. I highly recommend it. So that is the Dailies, Superman Dailies. This one's from 1959 to 1961. But again, I do have 2 other Silver Age Dailies books.